Might be valid. Oh, yeah, numbers are messed up indeed. But we got the New York Lightning. Look at the names over on New York. You got Outages, Crash, Morph, Gother, some very familiar ones there. Paris Renegades also can have some very familiar ones in Dahmer's Electric MC. Like, I mean, the boys are back, is all I'm saying. But Hacienda Hardpoint kicking things off. Paris Renegades, a team that has won a lot in this league, looking to maybe try to run it back this season. We'll see how it goes. A little bit different roster, though.
Yeah, the boys are back in spawn. New York Lightning goes all down right off the rip, and Paris has 10 points on the hill, but they're not really too interested in getting time on the hill, it seems. Finally, Electric will get a foot on it, but New York is struggling quite a bit to get some control here, quite frankly. They will seemingly get P2 spawns and some scrap time. Paris, diamond play style. Not really getting a lot of time on the point, but getting map control, although it kind of fell through. Kind of a bad plan if you ask me, but what do I know?
Yeah, let's just judge the diamond players. But
winningest player in the league.
Yeah, also losingest player.
Shut up.
But New York Lightning Gothard trying to hold down that P2 solo right now while getting ridiculed by the player who's lost more series than him and all of his teammates combined.
Can we get a stat check on that?
It might be accurate though. Like, I don't know if they've played enough to lose as many times as you've lost it.
New York Lightning is doing well. I'll give them that. They take
no disrespect though. No disrespect though, for the record.
No disrespect. Paris Renegades struggling after that kind of P1. Still 18 points. New York Lightning picked up the slaying game. They got P2 control. It looks like Paris is going to make a play for P3. New York is reading this quite well. They're moving their team over to the other side of the map. Number 6 narrowly avoids Dahmers through rock over there, but Dahmers goes down from Morph anyway. These New York Lightning players, they just check every corner of the map, and that's what makes them a diamond team, my friends. New York Lightning, they have map control. Paris got to figure out how to get onto this point.
Yeah, I mean, New York Lightning had a rough P1, but everything from there has really just been uphill for them, right? They've done a phenomenal job when it comes to map control, time, kills, pretty much everything you could ever imagine. They've been doing a great job with here. But I say that as Electric MC, who started out the game hot, started out on like a 5 kill streak. Once again, back up to a 3 there. Does finally go back down, but someone who has been very talented for a long time in this league is Electric MC, so someone you're going to be expecting to pop off in every game mode. But New York Lightning have a ton of talent on this side as well. Shadow Gothard, one of the OGs back in action, one of the original goats of the league as well. Old man, but still kicking at the top of the league. But New York Lightning looking phenomenal up to that roughly 80-point mark here. They don't finish off those last 2 seconds, but they've got to get rotated on over here. The statue side here of the map. Paris Renegade's going to have that initial hold. We'll see if they can get some good time here.
Yeah, they're going to need to. Paris Renegades down about 50 in the match. New York goes 3 down. That's a good opportunity for Paris to run up the clock here, but New York is spawning right over there. Morph played his life so well, eventually does get cut down, but you got 3 New York members coming in at the same time. Call that a lightning strike. Paris, though, fighting back the French Revolution, but not enough. New York getting the Statue of Liberty and liberating the point.
I mean, good job there out of the New York Lightning, though. Do a phenomenal job with the break there. They get the last 24 seconds, which is going to be pretty solid. I say they're going to get it. It's not locked in yet, as you've got Dahmers pushing from the back, does get taken down. You've got the flank. Well, not the flank. You got the push from the front from Maddie as well, who does get taken down. Maddie melts, getting melted there. But New York Lightning, though, this P1, the first time around, they had a little bit of a rough time. They lost the first 20 seconds of the game to the Paris Renegades. There was a little contesting back and forth, but they gave up the first 20, but then they went basically 80 points uncontested in return after that. So we'll see if they can do a really good job on this P1 this time around. Gonna have a tough time as Paris Renegades once again getting a little bit of a decent setup going, getting some of the early kills.
Some of the early kills indeed. New York Lightning still maintaining a really good lead here. Paris, if they could get some action on this P1, that's going to be good for them. But 3 of them go down again. New York, I mean, it's just kind of their map to lose at this point. New York has just been executing so well in everything they do. Gunfights, Dahmers gets a kill into their lobby, maybe protecting P2 spawns, but there's still 20 seconds left on this P1. New York focusing on P2. I think Paris is going to lose these if Dahmers goes down, which he does. Paris will get to scrap time, but again, that deficit isn't changing. And, as more time goes on, New York is on a collision course to win this map. Paris needs this P2 control. New York is giving it up a little bit, but New York has been so great at breaking into the point.
Yeah, down by 64. Gonna need to get something going here on this P2. New York Lightning, once again, gonna be on this early time. Taking some of the kills. Dahmer's with a very bad team nade right there. Not gonna be too helpful for the squad as he gets pushed from both sides. New York gonna try to reclaim this objective. They pick up the 2 kills they need. Outages doing Outages things. Morph, though, wants to get aggressive on the statue. He's 18-7, does get shot up, though. Is going to get taken down as Maddie melts. Does a great job clearing out this hill. One more to go. Is going to get taken down, but the teammates are there to trade out. Another player pushing from the front. That's going to be Crash, goes down as well. The spawns are close for New York Lightning, so they're getting a lot of pressure back on this hill very quickly. But the side of Paris Renegades are getting the kills just as fast as they spawn, so nothing too crazy. They get solid time here on this P2, get themselves all the way back in the game, and they're already ready for P3 as well with Maddie melts on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Paris Renegades closing this gap a little bit, but they're going to have to do a little bit more than that. New York is just squatting up as an entire team. They're playing Warzone right now. New York pretty much rolling in a 4-squad. One player goes down, but I mean, New York just comes onto the point. They get the player out in the back, and they're just set up for that frontal push. And Paris, they can squeak a few kills, but New York, they have spawns. They're going to be right back onto this point. Paris, they're winning the gunfights that they need to. It's going to be a battle on the point, but New York, again, spawning, they're coming quickly. They're going down, though. Paris is doing a good job on this P3 control. If they could get the rest of the time, this is pretty much a tie game, but New York just never lets Paris breathe for a second. New York back onto the point. New York already looking for P4. You see that number 7 heading over there. Paris is kind of stuck between deciding what to do. It looks like they'll commit to P4, though.
I mean, that's the thing with this New York squad, though. When you have players like Outages and Morph, you're just going to have, and you have both of them on the same team, you're going to have a non-stop pressure, right? We've seen these guys in this league for a long time. They're about as aggressive as it gets between these two players, and they're as talented as it gets. They don't lose individual gunfights. They've got some great movement, and they're very, very, very smart when it comes to COD as well. So they're always going to make the right play. So New York Lightning, very scary because of those two players. But then you got guys like Crash and Gothard to polish off the roster who are very talented on their own as well. I mean, Gothard obviously doing a great job here as well. Been around a long time. But Paris Renegades going to hold down the statue side of the map once again. But Outages in their face picks up too, waiting for some team help. They're going to be here shortly, but has to stay alive as long as he can. The teammates show up. They're going to get fried, though, by Dahmer's, who's doing a great job with the submachine gun in hand there. A little bit more of an AR player, but doing his job with both.
Yeah, and this is great comeback time from Paris. Again, a bit of a 25-point deficit, but they look like they're doing pretty well on the point, getting the kills that they need to and maintaining control. It's going to be P1 now. We've seen New York do quite well in P1 in the last few rotations, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what goes down here. But you see Electric MC just kind of getting up in their face. New York, they come through the lobby door and they just get shut down by Maddie Melts. Paris have seemingly figured out the strategy. They have P1 controlled. They're going to have to deal with New York again bunched up and probably hitting at the same time. But Paris, they have their wits about them. They're doing quite well.
This Paris team's done a great job over the last, a little bit more than a full rotation, right? They've gone 100 points to only roughly 30. So they've done a great job regaining the lead in this lobby, but also I mean, they're starting to solidify themselves on the map, starting getting a lot more of the spawn control and that sort, so they get the spawn kills in their favor. But New York Lightning doing a decent job here on the P1 once again, just keeping it contested. The P2 going to be the thing that we're worried about as far as contesting next is going to be, and you're going to have Outages over there waiting for that to spawn back up there. His teammates on the other side of the map running toward him as fast as they can.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's pretty common knowledge, you need to be looking to next, but it's always interesting to see how these diamond teams just execute on it so well. You could see even 20 seconds into the point, they're already rotating over to the next one, where I feel like on some skill divisions, some players just kind of really, really keep counting that old hill. I think we saw that in the last series a lot, but that's why they're in diamond. They're quite different. Paris Renegades had a little bit of a lead going to that P1, kept it contested, but New York has all the control right now. Paris is maybe setting up a little bit of a pinch here. Very important gunfight out of Electric MC to win, but New York, again, bunched up on the point. You're going to have to get through Morph if you're Paris and you want to take control. Maddie Melts is going to go down for the count. Gothard is going to help out. Morph is going to seal the deal again. Electric MC trying to do something, but Paris just tries to walk through the door, but just cannot get a foot in.
Gothard.
Now it's about P3.
Gothard's moving today. I tell you what, you can't tell that man's an old man. He's been playing forever, man. He's never been bad. I tell you what, Gothard's always fun to watch play this game. Doing a great job here for his team at 26 and 22. If that's even his accurate stat line, we know how these scoreboards are in COD here, but 195 to 167 at the moment is New York Lightning in the lead, but Paris Renegades trying their best to get themselves right back in this. They're doing a good job here on this outside hill. We'll see if they can get some decent long-term control here as New York trying to get their push put together. But Electric MC, always annoying, does get one before going down. That's 2 kills in favor of New York Lightning. The push coming through. Dahmers, though, up top is going to spot some players out. Let the teammates know a push is coming from above. So they're going to have to be a little bit careful here. 16 points from the lead at the moment. But New York Lightning, they push on in. They get 2 kills. They get a third. 1 player remaining goes down as well. New York Lightning with the break out of just picking up 3.
Yeah, I really feel like you always, wherever New York is on the map, you're going to feel their presence. It's like when you see New York approaching that garden side, like you kind of, like as a viewer, you kind of get a sense of doom, especially if you're Paris. I mean, like they just walk in and you know they're going to break into point. They are just that talented as a team. Paris trying to make a final stand here on this P4. New York can win it here, but they're going to have to slay absolutely out. Paris just running at the point again, and New York is just being so ready for them. They're going to keep the point contested. If they could get it contested to where New York can't win, that's, you know, a victory for them. But New York just kind of slaying out. Again, everywhere on the map that they are, you feel their presence. New York is just guns ablazing the entire way through.
I mean, the biggest thing you notice, like with New York, is there's just always another player, right? They're always within a close enough distance to help each other out on the map. There's just always, you get a kill and then you're immediately contested by someone else who's equally as talented as the person you just fought. It's just a nightmare scenario. But they look like they're going to clean up this last bit of time. They've got a couple more kills to deal with, but that P1 is going to get contested back and forth once again. Paris trying to get everything contested here, right? They can't afford to give up any seconds on any hill, so now they have to go completely clean from here on out. Is the side of New York Lightning 28 points from taking this one. So gonna be, I don't know why I'm getting 28 here. We're gonna be 18, but still getting very close to taking this map.
Very close to taking this map, indeed. Just 15 seconds away. New York has the control in the middle of the map. Paris has about one more last hit. They will get that player off of the point, but again, New York just kind of everywhere in like 3 corners of that mid-map section there. They get 2 down. It's not looking great for Paris, and quite frankly, you also have the time clock to think about. New York, everything is just kind of stacked in their favor at this point. 2 players go down on Paris. You have Matty Mouse trying to make a play happen. They will stop the clock for a little bit, but New York just needs that last second, and it comes through. New York Lightning win in almost an exact scoreline from map 1 of the last series.
Yeah, nice little 250 to 199. 1 point different from last time. Nothing too crazy. Right? I mean, that's what we like to see, but both these teams obviously insanely talented. Always fun to see a Hacienda hardpoint as well. Makes me feel like the good old days are back. But bring back Raid. I'm just gonna keep saying that. It's a Treyarch game.
Twitter, and he doesn't have me blocked, so fuck you,
crazy,
Jims.
All right. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, SND map 2 Hacienda on the way. Both these teams kicking it off. Going to have the side of Paris Renegades on offense to kick things off right off the bat here. New York Lightning on the defensive side. I was going to say how no one's died yet. I have no idea. But Buki going to get that first kill, second kill on the board, as well as Paris Renegades get the first 2, make it the first 3. Looking fantastic to start things out. Morph in a 1v4. If there's someone you want on this team to be in the 1v4, this is the guy.
This is certainly the guy. Morph doing everything he can to just stay alive, but the odds are stacked against him. Paris Renegades will get a pretty decisive first round win. They were on offense, right? That's a nice offensive win to start out the map.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
it was.
Coming off of a map 1 loss, I mean, that's got to re-exhilarate your confidence, does it not?
Yeah, I'm for sure, right? I mean, this is one of those games where it's like, I don't think one round is really going to change much for one team or the other. Like, I think it's going to help Paris out a little bit with confidence for sure, but it's like, I don't think it gets New York worried at all, right? Like, New York's going to know they made mistakes and they're going to adjust for that next time around. They're just not going to let it happen twice. It's a very good team. But speaking of which, they're going to go towards that B site right off the bat here. They're going to have no pressure as of yet, but Matty Melts is going to go check things out, and that's going to be a free first blood for Gother. So now the numbers advantage and the bomb planted in favor of the offensive team, which is not technically defense since they've got the bomb planted. Remember, it takes 7.5 seconds to defuse this bomb, so it's going to be a 3v4 scenario. Plenty of time to get some kills here, but some kills they're going to have to get very quickly.
Yeah, just 28 seconds left on the map. Again, scenario of maybe a little bit too frozen, but these guys, they know how to enter a point. They know how to bang, 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 get some kills. Morph goes down, but Gother and Crash combined to just leave one Paris member left. There you go. New York wins it on kills. It is 1-1.
Yeah, the lineup almost got a little sketchy there. I was kind of hoping it would happen, even though I'm rooting for New York right now. Sorry, Paris. Nothing personal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're supposed to be
Morph won the Green Bay Go-To Championship. Got to root for the guy for life. All right. How it works.
Damn.
Hey, it's how it works, man.
By the way, I also do want to mention it's against the terms of your contract to disagree with me live on air.
Okay,
So,
well, just never meet you, and we'll never get a disagreement ever again. So anyway, the Paris Renegades. This team is obviously very talented, right? They had a really good opportunity there to get a full retake on that. Okay, I'll unmute you. That's not bad. But they had a good opportunity to get a retake there, but the New York Lightning, they're just never going to give something up like that for free. I like the way they chow that out. They did line up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But now back on offense is Paris. They've got a mid-hit going at the same time as they push through the front. That's going to be 2 kills in favor of New York, 2 kills in favor of Paris. Make it 4 in favor of New York as that one gets shut down. New York Lightning with a very quick round.
Man, it's just like, again, with these diamond teams, it's like once the guns start firing, it's like they don't miss their shots. Like a kill's coming through.
Yes,
you know.
Yes. But also, like, the rounds usually go pretty quick, right? Because everyone's there to follow up, right? Everyone's there to get the trade. Right. Everyone's there to help each other out. And a lot of times that you just see the result of a round going one way or the other pretty quickly.
Right. Yeah, very, very, very talented teams. Like it shows. Like frankly,
well,
it just
it's
shows.
diamond, right? A lot of these players either actively play in challengers or have played at high level challengers in the past, right? Like they are legitimately very good players, right? You've got T250 players and like just like insane talents across the board. So
we'll see New York on the offense here. That bomb try to make its way over to A, but you're down a man and Crash. Paris has a spread out position here, but we may have a collision between number 4 and 2 players from New York. Dahmers does go down at the hands of Outages. Now, a 3v3 as that bomb still looks to A, but they're going to run into Electric, who almost got COD timing right there.
Yeah, MC would have cleaned it up, though. That's what he does. 3v3 on the map right now. As you mentioned, Crash and Dahmers both off the map for their individual teams. 2-1 lead for New York, so not as much pressure. But Outages with a nice kill right there on Matty Melts. Matty Melts, not much you can do when you got 2 players sliding around the corner like that on you. But the bomb is going to start getting planted here. Buki, though, trying to get that underneath shot. Oh, you always see this coming out here. Doesn't matter what level of competition it is, people try it. But 3v2, both these Paris players kind of sneak on in. They get the first kill. They do both lose their life, though, and New York clean things up. Do a great job there on the round, go up 3-1.
Yeah, again, can't emphasize it enough. Once the guns start shooting, the match is over, the round's over, frankly.
Yeah, it's just like you mentioned, though, right? It's like these guys don't miss their shots, really. So even if the first player goes down, if you have a numbers advantage in a situation like this where you're on defense, well, you're on offense, you have the bomb planted, and they've got to push into you with numbers disadvantage, it is so hard to trade out because you know that first guy's, he's not missing that first and second shot. So his teammates just got to hit you once or twice as well, and then you're dead, right? It's like, it's really tough. But that's the level of competition. These guys are very used to that, and we see guys all the time who are absolute one-shot, somehow magically not get hit for like 5 bullets and clean an entire team, right? Like it happens. But look at the fast pace from New York Lightning as the Gother of all people runs it down immediately. You know, that was a call probably coming out of his mouth as well, letting the boys know I'm sending it. Had some backup as well, but to get that first blood, the bomb does go down on B. Matty Melts tries to get aggressive, go after Morph, gets taken down. Dahmers, though, does trade out for his teammate. Electric MC trying to team up with him here. Try to keep the numbers in their advantage in gunfights, but he's going to loop back around. Bomb's getting defused, though. Gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah, again, New York just playing so well, and like they just play like they're just always together. And they just like again, Diamond team, they know how to just get the trades. As you mentioned, it's like you can get one, but you're not gonna get 2-on-1 in like the Diamond competition usually. When you see that Paris member trying to kind of play the long flank, when the bomb's getting defused, like you get a little nervous because like there's 3 New York Lightning. Even if that flank comes through, like even if you can manage to snatch a kill from behind, surely the other 2 New York players are going to get you. So I mean, very hard situation for Paris there. New York up 4-1. I can't believe we've already played 5 rounds. Very quick map so far.
I mean, that's diamond for you, right? You're gonna have some fast rounds. Even in those clutch scenarios, usually people get cut up pretty quick because players they're just better at spotting people as well. But Maddie Melts with a nice first blood, gets a second one as well, staying alive, gets a little bit of damage off before going down. Great job from Maddie Melts and the Paris Renegades. But Lever got out of this. He's gonna whip out that RCXD.
We're playing Toy Story.
Anything out of this is gonna run it down at a player over towards this B site. RCXDs may not seem that dangerous. They actually do a lot of damage though. Electric MC with a nice free kill there. Outage just does go down, but Morph 1v3, make it a 1v2 because he picked up a kill there. Does go down though, and Paris Renegades with a round on the board, gonna make it 4-2. Still in favor of New York though.
That's a good answer back from Paris. Gonna be honest, I was a little too focused on our little RC car friend.
Nice shot.
To really know what was going on.
Book's just doing a good job here, like pushing out towards that lobby, making sure he checks the double doors, right? And just using whatever cover he's got available to him, right? But that's what you like you mentioned, that's just what we expect at this level, right? They're gonna do everything they can to use every advantage possible on the map. But just shout out to Maddie Melts, right? Kind of had a rough start to this game. And it's not because he's a bad player or whatever. He's just getting bad timing and stuff, right? It finally paid off for him. He got a nice double first blood right off the start of a round, basically winning the round for his team. And, you know, he's got to have that confidence level sky high once again. But Outage is going to get the first blood for his team. Is going to be a trade on the map, though, as Gothic goes down as well.
3v3, Paris on the offense here. That bomb is looking towards A. Electric's going to send a Hail Mary up into that window over there, but gets nothing. New York is waiting for them in the lobby, like a hotel bellman. Maddie, great round last round, gets a kill on the crash. Spooky goes down, Electric MC answers back. It's a 1v1 Maddie. He's going to have to do Maddie things again. And he does. Paris. Now 3v4. It looked like for a little bit New York was going to run away with the scoreline a little. But Paris, they've got their footing again. You can never count a diamond team out.
Yeah, I mean, Paris won the first round of this game, and then New York won 4 in a row, and now it's Paris' time to kind of go on their own run, right? As they win 2 in a row, they bring it to 3-4, still not in their favor quite yet, but they're 1 away from tying things right back up, right? I mean, as long as the game's not over at this diamond level, like legitimately, it could be 5-0, 5-1, a team can bring it back. We've seen it in this diamond division, especially when you have 2 teams like this that are like the top of the division. You know what I mean? Like, these are both like top 3 teams that you expect to be able to do this kind of thing. So Paris Renegades don't want defense. They get a couple players being aggressive through the bottom double doors, and Outages and Morph pick up 3 kills very quickly. It's Morph for the double, Outages is 1. Now Buki in a 1v4. Make it a 1v3 though. He does pick up Morph. Great player to pick off for the first one though, just saying.
Yeah, it's all up to Buki now. 3v1, that bomb is almost certainly going to go down at B over there. But, you know, Paris, they learned is at B. It's about how you're going to approach this. If you go through the left side of the map, you got a New York Lightning player waiting for you. If you go through the right side, you got 2 New York Lightning players just looking right there. I'm going to go through middle door here. Going to fire some shots, but you miss and you leave a little bit of a window for a diamond player to turn on you, and they're going to do that. Very unfortunate shots, but frankly, in a 3v1 like that, you're going to get traded out anyway. Again, odds stacked against you. 5-3 New York.
I mean, Outage has been doing this a long time. Long time.
I also played a tournament with him, now that I remember it.
Oh, yeah?
Did not win that one. Did not win that one.
Ooh, Outage is not nearly as good as Morph. You heard it here first. Morph able to carry Gun Puppet to a victory. Outage is not so much. Yikes. I'm kidding. They're both like insanely good players, but New York Lightning here, though, on the defensive side, 1 round away from taking the map, but you do have the dreaded 5-3 on the scoreboard, though. Electric MC going to have to get a quick little flank going in as his teammate does get taken down. Gother with a nice first blood. He's doing a great job of that today, but Outage just picks up the double kill, kind of baits his teammate out a little bit there with permission, of course. Bombers gets a nice kill, making the 1v3 into a 1v2.
It's a 1v2. You see the New York players just stacking up. There was a little bit of a chance when they were both separate for Dahmers to get a little bit of a pick there, but now that they're stacked up, it's hard. But you get one from behind. You might be able to get that second one, but again, you miss some shots. A diamond player is going to exploit that. And New York Lightning, in a very similar fashion, turn on that player from behind. And New York Lightning win map number 2 as well. We are now 2-0 in the series. And Paris Renegades are in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you know that you're that's crazy work. But, you know, we're back in action here. The New York Lightning going to be on offense of this Hacienda control. Yes, you heard that right. I've mentioned it 50 times already, but it's another Hacienda. Hacienda, Hacienda, Hacienda. Paris Renegades have lost the first 2 in a row, and Morph already on the quick flank with some help from Gother as well from that side hit. 3 kills already in favor of New York. Make it 4 as Morph picks up 3 of them. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to go right towards those spawns and look for a few more, and he picks up the first one already. Looking to call out a few players, maybe get another kill if possible. But his teammates on that A objective, which is the harder one to get to, right? It's harder to kind of capture early on. Usually you're going to get traded out, but they got that first tick on there already. New York's going to be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, it looks like Electric MC is sitting on the bench for this one. New York Lightning attacking, keeping the kill count very, very close, but one tick on A so far. Not a lot of map control. You know, I talked about New York being stronger when they're together. They're a little bit spread out right now. You see Gother go down, but finally Morph is able to get some control, and to the point you have to deal with Paris just kind of shooting down from these top window areas, and you know that's going to prove to be a little bit difficult to deal with. Paris maintains control for now. New York has 1 tick on A. Life count isn't terrible, but that time is a ticking. New York has to make something happen, but they are all spread out, and this is not typically when they are strongest.
It could be a little bit tough here, but they're trying to make their way towards this B site. Crash making his way over. No one here to contest quite yet. This will just delay a little bit, right? Allow his teammates maybe to get out of spawn, as Paris has to kind of counter this, right? They have to get a couple players over here. They have to take this player off the B site. That's going to allow some players from New York to make a move, get pushed up as well. See those kills coming through, but guess what? The flank coming in. Dahmer's going to be the one to watch out for. 2 kills in favor of New York. Make it 3 as Dahmer's goes down as well. More for the massive kill there. This B objective is going pretty quick. Stack the point word to Jim's. You got 2-3 players on here. It's going to fly on by. They capture that. The focus is going to go back to the A site. They've got plenty of time, plenty of lives. As New York up by 3 lives, have a minute and 15 to capture 2 ticks on A.
2 ticks on A left, exactly right. Pretty much even on the live count. You've got a minute to work with. Morph's trying to get a pick on Rock over here again. You miss those shots, you will be punished for it. Crash trades out though. You see New York just trying to get a little bit of map control over here, but you know, Paris Renegades getting the trades, that'll be good enough to at least delay New York just a little bit. Now you see Morph grouped up with his Ninja Turtle brethren over here. Trades come in. Paris defending A well. New York trying to find some footing here in this map anywhere, but Paris just kind of picking them apart one by one. Pretty even in life count. Might come down to it, but New York certainly trying to make a little push through B here, and again, stronger together for this team. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, I kind of like the outer patio push. We'll see if this works out for him. But Crash right now just kind of sending it all the way around the outside of the map, basically. You know what I mean? Kind of funny, but Outages and Goth pick up some nice kills for their team, though. Dahmer's, though, just going to just be annoying, right, with the submachine gun. But there's a player on A just slowly ticking time down. But 4 lives left for the side of New York. Make it 3 as Crash goes down. 6 for Paris Renegades, so that's 2 respawns available for them. No respawns for New York, but New York get another kill right there. Matty Melts, though, doing Matty Melts things, getting a nice uncontested kill there.
It's all up to Outages. Outages facing down the barrel of 4 Paris players, but the New York Lightning will be eliminated. And that is a solid win from Paris there. The defensive win, so not the most unexpected of outcomes, but, you know, holding New York only to 4 ticks, still pretty good. You're happy about that for Paris, for sure.
Good work right there out of New York, though. I mean, getting 4 ticks on the map like Hacienda is always good at this high of a skill level here. So always like to see that, especially the way things were going there at the start. As soon as they decided to focus on the B side instead of going for A, they started doing a phenomenal job there. They kind of shifted focuses like when there was like 30 seconds left on the clock there. Did a good job, got that one captured pretty quick. Got a little lucky with some COD timing as well with that Dahmer's kill. He was on a quick little flank and came in at the perfect time there, that kill on a Dahmer's. But Goth with the first blood on this map, kills Matty Melts, and gets out with his life, which is impressive. I say that as Mookie kills him. Ops right into some gunshots there, but New York do a good job helping each other out. They pick up the first 4 kills of the round there. Only losing 1.
Yeah, I mean, good map coverage out in New York here. It looks like Paris might be able to kind of push through to B over here, but, you know, outages in their lobby, behind their backs, getting those just those important picks there, sending Paris back just a little bit. You have 5 near B, but he's a little bit scared to go onto it. You have a player in number 8 going down in P2. You have 6 set up kind of in their spawn, but Paris, they've got 3 players just spawning in. Number 6 player has to wait, and New York is just pushing up, and they want to take everything. That time is ticking downwards by the second.
Yeah, time is ticking down. Finally, someone from Paris gets on some time. They're on that B site, and Outages rips him right off of it before getting taken down himself. Damaso trying to push on through. He's going to get spotted out, gets taken down. I mean, the teamwork coming from New York is just crazy, right? The amount of time someone's about to get shot in the back, and then New York, like one of their teammates, just clutches up and gets that kill, so they don't even get touched. It's just crazy. Paris has to be so infuriating if you're the side of Paris here. But they're starting to get on this A point. A little bit of the harder one to take here as Crash picks up that first kill, gets the second one very weak. Gother should be able to clean that up, no problem. Does that just indeed. The time runs out. Nobody getting on anything in the A point. They do get 1 tick, though. So it's not the end of the world, but definitely not ideal if you're the side of Paris Renegades here.
Yeah. Lightning fast round out in New York.
Oh, yeah? Yeah?
Well, I'm going to pause for applause. Nobody?
I didn't actually hear any applause. It's kind of crazy.
Well, you know what? The Connecticut Disconnects would have won this map by now. Don't say that.
That's crazy.
Don't say that
I
now.
would do that. I would do that. If I were you, I would take that deal. Take that deal. Destin, do it right now.
We'll sort out the details later.
Okay.
Round number 3 here.
good.
New York Lightning on offense. If they could get an offensive win here, that would be really important to closing this map out early. Paris Renegades really want to limit the amount of ticks New York gets. They're already down by 3 ticks. This is your best shot of securing defense for round 5. Shots going down back and forth. Yeah, I mean, like, big fights over B
helps out so much.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really talk about it too much, but like Crash getting those 2 kills right there over towards B site just slows things down for the side of Paris and allows New York to get out of spawn. And look what they're doing already. You've got Crash and you've got Outages all the way up in Paris's spawns. You're getting kills. You're on the A site. You're on the B site. You're getting pressure through the spawns with Outages. You're just being super annoying right now. Like the B site, your first tick's about to go through. The A site, not so much, but doesn't really matter though. Gother though, pushes on up, gets taken down. Paris starting to clean up the map a little bit, but they've still got a bunch of players pushed up into their library, like all over the map right now. So you just got to be careful if your Paris start cleaning things up.
Yeah, definitely got to be careful. New York pushed up a little bit into this midsection here. Paris are going to have to get them off this A point, kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. Down in the life count. Don't want to see that on defense. New York, 2 men on the point with 2 men coming as reinforcements. Paris just trying to rip down any New York player they can find. New York, though, they group up, they can make a push happen. Only 2 ticks, but, you know, if you're Paris thinking about round 5, those 2 ticks are quite important. Now you're down by 5. If New York gets another tick, you're down by 6. You basically need to play lights out on your offense to secure defense, but, you know, Paris trying to do the best they can. New York, the gunfight's going to come out, though. Paris may be relying on a clock here, and maybe it might work for them.
I mean, Paris, as far as time is concerned, they're doing pretty good right about now, but that A site is going to get pushed by multiple players. 3 kills going the way of New York as well. Started getting more pushed up as well. Not too good. A site gets taken. Stack the point word to Jim's. Extra minute of time on the clock. 7 life differential as well. And look at that. Outage just pushing up as well. Not looking good if you're the Paris Renegades. Looking like you might lose a defense if you're not careful here. Have to play absolutely perfect. The flank comes in to this B site, but Crash just stays alive, calls out for team help, gets the team help as well. That's gonna be Gother with a massive kill right there, gets a second one. You're gonna see some big kills coming the way of New York. They pick up all 4, only 2 lives remaining. The B site is gone, and just like that, you're gonna be up like what, 10 ticks basically, or 8 ticks, 9 ticks. Ooh, math. Yeah, 9 ticks. Yeah, because Paris got 1, we got 10 total for New York, but 2-1 lead, and New York's about to be on defense, so.
Yeah, I mean, This New York squad is looking very tight. I mean, like, it always feels like when I'm watching them playing around, it feels like there are minutes where, something is kind of developing. It's a little bit back and forth, but like, not to harp on the pun a little bit too much, but like when New York strikes, like it is just like instant, like snap of a finger, like they make something happen, and then like before you can even notice it, the round's over.
And it's always maximum lethality as well.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yeah.
It's always 2-3 kills guaranteed every time. It's crazy.
It's insane. I mean, 2 defenses in a row. You got to think New York is favored here.
I mean, Gothard. Crash and Gothard are just being so annoying right now. If you're the side of Paris, those 2 players have got to be so annoying.
Yeah.
Because they're just allowing, they're the 2, like, Crash and Gothard are allowing Outages and Morph to just play this unhinged, loose gameplay where they're just constantly in your face. Like, it's just, having those stable rocks right now for your team is just everything.
Yeah, I mean, you're busy focusing on the players in front of you, and then the players who are just roaming just come from your side, and it's like, what are you going to do? It's like New York just so clearly have their dynamics as a team ironed out. It's honestly insane, and like this is the fruits of their labor. Paris on the attacking side, they need to win this round or it's series. They don't even have a tick yet. We're under 30 seconds. New York is slaying out. Paris is traveling back to their spawn, all 4 down. New York, they're gonna push up. They have a person pretty much on every entryway that Paris can get through, and New York is just licking their lips, waiting for them to walk through.
Oh, Outage. Okay, Outage is almost like, okay. That would have been awesome. Matty Melts does take him out there, though. Outages, just putting on a show, though. But you get a nice stack going over towards this B site. Gothard just, once again, just barely getting taken out there, but just staying alive long enough. Lets his teammates know what is going on. Some kills, you already see it in the kill feed, going the way of New York right there. More on the site. Just, it's a quick little route, picks up the first player there. 1 more to deal with. A little 1v2 for him on the site. Finally gets some help. He gets the kill as well. 3 seconds remaining. They're just going to dive onto that A site. That's going to be Matty Melts by himself. Gets taken down by Gothard. Just like that. Oh, 0.9. Someone's going to sneak on in. Another one sneaks on just like that. It's so close, Dommers. Come on, you can do this, baby. Mookie, he goes down as well. And New York Lightning, they take the round, they take the map, and they take the series. That's going to be 3-1 on the map and 3-0 in the series. And I tell you what, this New York team is so much fun to watch. I love it. And like, honestly, my favorite part about this team is like how comfortable Gothard looks on the map. I'll be real. It's cool.